Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Hello and welcome to episode 11 of The Hearth. It is the 22nd of August. My name is Christopher Puner, and with me I'm joined by the wonderful, fantastic Matthew Hillman. All right, cool, and that's enough of that. And then let's move on to the second co-host of mine, which is the equally wonderful and fantastic Aiden Frost Rock Arts.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
Are you? Y'all ready for this? Alright, cool. Hey, this is the Hearth, Warcraft stuff and things related to that.
Wait, this is about Warcraft?
It is. Did
I walk into the wrong channel?
I don't think so. I think you're in the right place, because didn't you play a little bit of World of Warcraft this week? Didn't you do that?
One may have thought that, yes.
I think you played some World of Warcraft. You want to tell me about that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
Did I play anywhere? I don't think I played anywhere.
Really, you didn't?
I don't know. I think maybe I did, but it was only to do like garrison stuff or something.
It was like in between the hours and hours of Rocket League.
Did I say that I leveled my Death Knight last week?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well I leveled my Death Knight a little bit.
Oh, well, congrats.
Yeah. Or if I said that last week, I continued to level my Death Knight a little bit. But it's slow going because I discovered a brand new game that's fantastic and like taking up all of my time because I love it.
And that game is?
Hearthstone, obviously.
Oh, okay. Hearthstone's a good game.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Rocket League.
Oh,
but I'm really enjoying this week's Tavern Brawl. I did play that. I played against Rob a little bit. Wow, like seriously, not even 3 minutes. He's already on the show. God damn it. But yeah, I played against Rob slightly, and he kicked my ass as Medivh. I was playing Illyria.
It's the superior deck. We talked about this in the Tavern Brawl.
I know, I listened to it. It was pretty good. It actually got me to play the Tavern Brawl because I didn't want to. But then I was like, oh, this is actually kind of a cool one. So I went in there and I was like trying out the new deck. And I played a game as Medivh and I was like, ooh, Koldara Drake. That's cool. And then I hit him in the face for 3 pings, I think. But they were doing 2 damage apiece. I was like, great.
Okay.
That's 6 damage.
I know. It was great.
It is 6 damage.
Just keeping score.
Thanks. But yeah, I enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. I actually have a quest in Hearthstone to play the Tavern Brawl. I didn't think that was a thing, but that's a thing.
It's the new quest, the 50 gold quest that they added. They've added two different types of 50 gold quests. One of them's to Tavern Brawl, and one of them's to win 3 games as a specific class. Like you win 3 games as Druid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, win 5 games in the Tavern Brawl is one of my quests now, so I have to go do that.
Okay. Did you play any Heroes of the Storm?
No, I haven't played a lot of Heroes, actually.
Yeah, I haven't been either.
Yeah, it's fallen to the bottom of the list. Maybe we should change that. Maybe we should play some Heroes.
Probably should.
I'll be down. I mean, I've been away from it long enough now that I'm like, I think I need to go back and play, because it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, and I played a couple of games last week after the last show, and I was like, this is okay. But yeah, there's a lot of other games that have been like filling my time instead.
Like Rocket League.
Like, well, no, Rocket League and other. Well, I'll wait until I get to my week. But before we do that, let's talk to Mr. Frost about his.
Yeah, is League of Legends on one of the games we're allowed to talk to? No, because I played that.
None of us play Warcraft games anymore.
No, I've played a shit ton of Hearthstone, though. Like, honestly, I'm rank 8 now, so that's pretty bad. I should hit rank 3 soon, because I need that new incentive to get gold cards and stuff, which I can dust, and then get more packs and stuff. Anyways, but the main thing I played this week was Tavern Brawls, really. I mean, I need to test out those new cards, even though the decks are really, really poorly constructed. But I've probably played like 35 games of that, which is kind of bad, I think. I have like 15 wins, but I've probably like have a 50% win rate, and I've played a lot against friends and stuff. And I know when in our pre-brawl, Chris and I recorded on Wednesday, we talked about we think that the mage deck was a little bit stronger, but I honestly think they're very, very balanced now. The more I've played it, like I'm winning every single game I play Illyria now, and Medivh, I'm like my win rate's more like 50-50.
What was the difference in gameplay that you started winning those games then? Like, what did you do differently?
I kind of like when we were doing our pre-brawl, I was talking about how like I didn't like the way that the deck was constructed. Like there's no early game cards, a lot of early removal. But then I realized you literally play the deck the way that they give it to you. You use your early removal as fast as you can to stall out the game to get your higher drops and stuff. And then your deck's just stronger than the mage deck, I think. Like the mage deck has to win early or you have to win late. So I mean, you just use your removal properly. Like you don't save your lock and loads to get crazy combos. You use your lock and loads to get draw early and stuff, and then you just win games. Like it's honestly a lot of fun. I'm so happy with the joust mechanic. Like it's just cool. I've really enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite brawl, honestly. Maybe the 10 mana one is my favorite, but this one is definitely like a close second, I think.
Okay.
It definitely is cool to see all the cards before they're released, being able to play with them and, use decks, even though they're pre-constructed decks, using the decks and getting a feel of what the new cards and the new mechanics are going to be like is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is.
It makes me like want to theory. It makes me theorycraft even more than I was before, because actually now I get to like use them. Like, oh,
some hands-on experience makes all the difference. Yeah,
for sure. It's really good though. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad that it's going to be out in a couple of days.
So are you gonna start playing World of Warcraft soon?
I have to hit Diamond in League of Legends, though.
Oh, maybe you should get on that, dude.
I'm not going to hit it. Nick's better than me. I didn't say that.
Well, we've already said that. We've all been telling you that.
I've actually Nick and I are having a 1v1 tournament when the new servers come out. So
the two of you were having a 1v1 tournament alone.
Yeah, because
the winner plays the loser. Yeah, I
said I'm a better player than him. So now we're doing a best of 3 1v1 on Riven, Caitlyn, and someone else. I forgot who it was.
Wow, oh boy.
Lee Sin's a good 1v1
No, some champion that he likes because he likes playing good champions that he's good at. Cheater.
Rengar.
Anyways, Warcraft.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Cool. Well, for my week, Frost, if you're done, right?
I sure am.
Cool, man. All right, well, I played quite a bit of World of Warcraft this week. I got my rogue up to level 59, the dude I'm in a PvP with.
Dude, nice. Wait, is that ally? Oh, damn.
Yep, it's Alliance. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, so I've been playing him. I've been leveling him up ever so slowly, like,
I think you can play with my druid. I'm gonna look at that. I have a druid on Alliance. We'll play together.
Can. Yeah, it's been like an hour here, an hour there, like run a couple of dungeons after work or like before I leave for the day, do this and that, and a couple of other things. But that's been about it. I haven't touched my paladin in a little bit because I've just been playing the rogue, just trying to get him up there. I'm finally into Outland dungeons. Oh boy, lucky me. But
yeah.
Getting a lot more experience, so that's fine. It's just it's like off to the races once you hit like level 58 when you're power leveling via just dungeons. But queue times aren't so bad anymore for a DPS. I'm like, wow, this isn't so bad.
Is there still bullshit happening in Outlands?
What do you mean bullshit happening in Outlands?
Well, a lot of people gave up on the world PvP that was happening endgame, and so they just ran back to Outlands and started camping noobs.
I'm just sitting in Stormwind queuing for dungeons over and over and over again.
Oh, so you haven't even gone through the portal yet?
No, why would I have to?
Well, I mean, you can just do dungeons if you want, but questing is also helpful.
No, I don't like supplementing my dungeoning with quests because usually how it happens is over the course of doing a quest, I'll go through 2 dungeons, especially if it's like a longer one that's worth doing. And by the time I turn it in, the experience is so devalued because I've leveled twice, maybe 3 times, that it's just not even worth the effort anymore.
I can see that.
Yeah, it depends on your style of play. But I've been doing a lot of auction house stuff in between, and that's filling up my time, so I don't really want to go quest.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm earning quite a bit of money because you just sell cloth, and people just bleed gold for a cloth, especially like wool is worth more than netherweave, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's because people are trying to get over that initial hump of
it's a weird market. Super weird market.
Well, I mean, people said professions were kind of killed in Draenor because of the way you can pretty much level 1 to 700 only in Draenor if you wanted to.
Right.
But the honest truth is that takes a long time. I mean, you have to use materials you would normally be using for endgame stuff to get your level up. So you would be using, I leveled tailoring, so you'd be using like 1 or 2 linen cloth to make something. But if you go to Draenor, you can use whatever the fell cloth is, or I don't remember what it's called because it's been so long since I played my mage. But you would get 10 upgrades for that. but it's
Yes.
it's one really important cloth you need to save. So I don't know. It's still
Yeah, a
good
lot of
to,
people
to
will
level it the old way.
just give you a bunch of fucking gold for just a stack, so.
Mhm.
Basically anything I was getting from like Scarlet Monastery, I'm like, oh, there's a stack of that. I'll put that up on the auction house, and then I just 100 gold later,
Did you say it like that in
balling-
trade chat too?
Yeah, I did. I went /2 and come one, come take a look at my cloth wares.
Come one.
Yeah, dude, come one, dude. It's
That's
like
the phrase, right?
It's opposite. It's opposite of that, so that I stand out from the crowd of all these other people standing around going, "Come one, come all." I've got all this fucking cloth, and I'm like,
Dude,
I'm
that's
fresh
brilliant.
out of Scarlet Monastery. This is from Harold's loincloth himself. It's just like that.
What color is it?
I skinned
Scarlet?
white mane for all of this cloth. I don't know.
Shouldn't
She's
it be
pale
Scarlet
enough.
Cloth if you're in Scarlet
You
Monastery?
would think so, but that's just not the case, right?
I mean,
That's just not the case.
there's
No, is it-
people wearing red cloth.
Is it Scarlet Monastery because they're wearing some red stuff, or because blood?
Oh, good point. Maybe they're
know.
wearing red stuff because blood.
Oh shit. Maybe
They
blood
wear
because
the blood of their victims.
on their faces and their chests and their tabards. Let's not forget the tabards. Proper accessorizing is very, very important, especially for low level content to keep people engaged.
Absolutely. Yeah, and if you don't like the
Absolutely.
haircut you originally picked, you can go to the barber and you can change it.
Or you can just wear a hat and call it a goddamn day.
Yep, or that.
You could do that. Well, anyway, we're still on me talking about World of Warcraft for my week. I played a little bit of Hearthstone. I played some Tavern Brawl with Frost, and did we play together? I don't think we
You
actually
never played
together.
with me, no.
No, I'll play. Wow, you sound so sad and defeated about that. You want to play a game, buddy? Will that make you feel
I
better?
really do.
I would love to play a game of Tavern Brawl with you, but we'll do it after the show, not during. Tavern Brawl's pretty fun. That, my opinion, is still unchanged. I'm still having a really, really, really good time playing it from time to time. I still haven't played a single game as Illyria. I always get Medivh. It's been like 4 games. I don't understand why. Here's the Storm I haven't touched. I played, I think, 2 games after recording last week. And I played like Zeratul or something. It was very strange. I need to get back into that game in a very real way. I need to start playing ranked again and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my week in Warcraft, I suppose. Let's move on to important news updates. The first one being BlizzCon virtual tickets are now available. So if you're not going to be going to BlizzCon itself, you can now purchase one, and they go for, I believe it's $34.99. I have to look really quick. I bought mine already. I should know. Oh, I'm sorry. It's $39.99. And it's credited to your Blizzard account. BlizzCon this year is from November 6th to November 7th, the day after my birthday, y'all. Happy birthday to me. I'm very excited. Limited to...
And...
what?
I was going to say, we'll probably see a trailer for Legion here on
Yes.
BlizzCon.
I hope so.
I would
Yeah,
fucking
that's
hope so.
probably happening.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
Here are the things that are listed. Here are the points. These are the things that you need to know. BlizzCon 2015 virtual ticket, $39.99 US. You can buy it now, or you can gift it to somebody else, but it's via Battle.net accounts. So don't try to gift it to like your grandmother who really likes watching, I don't know, Chris Metzen talk. He's a fucking stud. I would too. Limited to 1 per Battle.net account. Content is broadcast in English language only. The BlizzCon stream is broadcast in Pacific time. Internet connection and Battle.net registration are required to watch. Replay is available for 2 weeks after the event, so if you can't see it the day of the 6th and the 7th, let's say you work all those days or something like that, you can go back and you can watch it up to 2 weeks later. So you should be Gucci. Streaming content is best supported in the following browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, current versions. I don't know. You built your own browser? That's cool, man.
What? Why?
Reinstall Chrome. You know what? What do we?
Why do
what?
they even feel the need to mention that?
I
It's
feel like because they're selling a product, they want to make sure people know what they're buying. You know.
I suppose.
And then
Make sure you watch it on a computer.
The last one, it says review the Blizzard Gear's stores shipping policies for limitations. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming there are a couple of days or a couple of places that can't sell you these things. I don't know. You can stream the
It could be
convention
for
from
the
a
goodie
free
bag too.
from a free BlizzCon guide mobile app. It's going to take place in Anaheim. BlizzCon in-game goodies that you don't have to buy in order to get.
Did you see what the pet is?
No.
I linked it.
Did you? What is it?
Oh my god.
It's the Illidan Murloc.
It's Murkadin. Yeah, it's Murkadin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. On-demand replays, blah blah blah. Get the inside scoop. Catch the contests. A legendary conclusion. We don't know who's gonna be there this year. And then you can also purchase, after you purchase the ticket, you can purchase a goodie bag. And you can also shop the BlizzCon sale, so you get access to specific Blizzard gear things like a couple of weeks before BlizzCon actually happens. So you can get in there and make sure that they sell out of all these things before the convention even starts, like the past 2 years. Or the past 2 BlizzCons that they've had, that weren't in the past 2 years. Yeah, so do that. I think we're also going to be doing some sort of streaming event. We haven't figured out the details yet, but we'll be doing something during BlizzCon. So if you want to hang out with us, get your tickets so you can watch it along with us, because we can't restream it, obviously. But we can stream us on a couch or something. Something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Next big thing. Here's the Storm. Kharazim is out, and we're going to talk about him a little bit because we kind of like stepped through what we thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a melee assassin. This is the monk, by the way, the monk hero in Here's the Storm. I thought he was going to be a melee assassin. Turns out he's actually a support character. High in utility and survivability, and not very difficult to play, apparently. His damage is pretty low, too. His 2 heroic abilities are 7-Sided Strike and Divine Palm. 7-Sided Strike being, says, become invulnerable while striking the highest health and nearby enemy hero for 7% of their maximum health up to 7 times. So it's not an execute, it'll target the highest health person around you. Divine Palm, if the target ally would be killed within the next 3 seconds, they instead healed for a large amount. That seems pretty chill. Primary abilities, Deadly Reach, gain 100% attack speed and 100% attack range for 2 seconds. Bonuses, and the cooldown activate on your next basic attack after casting Deadly Reach. If you've played Monk in Diablo before, this sort of stuff should be familiar to you. It's pretty similar. His second ability, Breath of Heaven. Heal yourself and nearby allies for a moderate amount and give 10% movement speed for 3 seconds. It's like an AoE. And then we've got the Lee Sin ability, Radiant Dash. Jump to a target ally or enemy. Enemy targets are hit with a basic attack, 2 charges. I feel like there's a couple of traits and stuff that you can get into that make you shield people when you dash to them. And then your hero trait, you get to choose between Transcendence, Iron Fists, and Insight from the Talents panel. I believe it's your first thing, and they don't really explain it, what it is on the site that I'm looking at, which is the main site. So get in there and give them a shot. You know, they have that whole new try hero thing built in, so you can get your hands on them and try them first before you buy him. I haven't tried him yet, so I can't really speak to it at all. I don't really know how I feel about it. Seems pretty chill. But you know what else is chill, Mr. Frost?
What's chill?
And what's chill is that I heard that they made some sort of announcement about the Grand Tournament. I think you mentioned this earlier, but I believe there's some details we can also share about that, right?
Oh, do you mean the fact that it comes out in 2 freaking days on the 24th? Yes.
I'm hype as fuck.
Yeah, we mentioned it. Actually, I mentioned it earlier on the show by accident. But anyways, it's no spoiler anymore. Grand Tournament comes out on the 24th, and I'm super excited. I already have my 50 packs ordered because I like spending money on Blizzard games.
Oh, I forgot to tell you in my week in review, I also did that.
Yeah, so
I did not, but I probably will.
You will, yeah, you know.
I mean, I don't know. The thing was, for the longest time I said, I'm not going to spend any money on Hearthstone because I like Blizzard, I pay for World of Warcraft, and I just want to play Hearthstone casually, I don't want to get super into it. And then I started getting into it more, and so I did eventually buy some packs. But, oh yeah, and BlackRock. So I've probably spent a lot of money. I'm probably going to buy it.
Yeah, so I have my 50 packs, and then I also have my 35 from my gold that I saved up. So 85 packs, that's hopefully enough to get me some good cards and enough dust to craft some cards that I want.
Damn.
But yeah, so that should be out that day. Hopefully everything is working with the huge server load that they're going to have from everyone wanting to purchase packs and stuff. Because I remember when GVG came out, the store was up and down all day.
Hopefully I'm sure they got that sorted out. You learned from your first attempt.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You'd think so, but every single time an expansion comes out, and
Yep.
let's be real, Blizzard set the bar for MMO and stress testing, and they still, every single time, have login issues. Yeah. Diablo 3 came out, oh boy. Like, yeah, we'll see. We'll just see. Cool. So yeah, keep your heads on a swivel for TGT coming out in 2 days. 2 days, the 24th, yo. Matt Hillman.
What?
Hey, we got a patch coming or something? Well, I don't know what the big deal about it is, but we got something coming in World of Warcraft. It's coming on a day? I don't know.
People tell me. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can unlock flying in Draenor if you care about that sort of thing. It's going to go live on September 1st, obviously a Tuesday, which is patch day. 6.2.2. There are probably other things that come along with this, but not a lot, as it's pretty much just another patch to a dying expansion.
Yes.
What? This is not. This is lovely. We love to fly. Yay, flying in Draenor. Woo!
I feel like we kind of gave in little bits, people crying. I don't think it's a big deal at the same time. I don't know how I feel.
I don't give a shit. I didn't do any of the things. You're supposed to do a bunch of things, and we've talked about what you have to do. It's like earn achievements and stuff. Yeah, I didn't do any of those things because I don't give a fuck about flying in Draenor. Like, it's fine the way it is, in my opinion. I mean, if you have to go anywhere, at least with me, I have a garrison Hearthstone. I have a portal to Ashran in my garrison. It's like, where else do I need to go?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere right now. No.
There's portals all over the fucking place. Like, if you want to go somewhere, just port around. Who cares?
Go to Storm Shield or whatever the Horde one is. War Spear. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then the last piece of news is just to remind you that there's an Apexis Crystal bonus event from August 21st to the 24th, so it ends in 2 days. It'll be 1 day for those of you that don't support us on Patreon that are getting this a little late.
Maybe we should announce these bonus events a week in advance.
Well, we don't know them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We don't know them. So we don't know them. During the sign of the Apexis bonus event, you'll gain bonus Apexis crystals from eligible creatures. Furthermore, completing this bonus event only quest, A Time to Strike, awards a sizable amount of oil to fuel your naval missions, in addition to a big pile of Apexis crystals. I don't care about either of those things. The point of picking up lots and lots of extra Apexis crystals is, of course, to spend them. Here are some of the possibilities, and they list a bunch of stuff. Some things they want to highlight that they just put out. Range the Corrupted Dreadwing Mounts, 150,000 Apexis crystals. Holy shit. Rookmar's Sacred Memory Toy, 50k. Blazin, Firehawk Pet, 2k. Solar Priest Vake's Follower, 1,000 Apexis crystals. So I don't know. Get in there and farm.
Yeah, it's not really all that hard to farm Apexis anymore, and if you give a shit and you want to get the 150k Apexis mount, or you want to get the other, I think it's like 50k Apexis mount, then go for it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't really be too bad to farm these, especially during the event. So
okay, well, let's talk a little bit about competitive play, shall we?
Shall we?
We shall?
We shall.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. So the Archon Team League Championships is still happening. There was another week, so we have updated scores for you. Cloud9 is currently 5-2. Value Town is 5-2. Team Archon is 4-3. Tempo Storm, Forzenbors, and Nylum are also 4-3. Team Liquid is 2-5, and Team Celestial as 0-7. So they've officially played all of the quote-unquote regular season games. They basically had all of the teams play all the other teams, and since there's 8 teams, each team played 7 games, or matches. So basically the way they did it was they ordered it first to 8th by first wins and losses. So Cloud9 and Value Town are both 5-2. They're 1-2. And then they broke it down by games won, it looks like. Or wait, maybe they didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's games 1 to loss, yeah.
Okay, so basically Nylum and Team Liquid ended up being 6 and 7, and they played each other to determine who is going to be moving into the next phase, because only the top 6 teams are going to move up. Nylum ended up winning that 6-5, so Nylum is moving on with Forzin Boys, Tempo Storm, Archon, Valuetown, and Cloud9. Now, Cloud9 and Valuetown being 1 and 2 automatically move on to phase 3, so they are going to be playing in the live event when that happens. Team Archon, Tempo Storm, Forzin Boys, and Nylum are going to be playing in Phase 2, which is basically a double elimination tournament to determine the next 2 teams that will be moving on. So why they needed a double elimination to get 4 teams down to 2 is beyond me. But we're going to let that happen. So Archon and Tempo Storm are most likely going to be playing Forzin Boys and Nylum, and we'll figure out who advances on to the live event. The live event looks to be September 11th through the 13th, and they will be playing throughout those days, I'm assuming, and it looks to be a double elimination as well. So we will have many things to talk about as far as the Archon tournament goes. So look out for that. I personally am hoping that Valuetown can go all the way because I'm a Trump fan. So hashtag Valuetown. Let's go, boys. Frost, do you have thoughts on this?
I don't know. It's been an overall kind of a cool tournament. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is like one player playing poorly one day or picking the wrong class one day can kind of screw you over. But I mean, other than that, like it's been really, really cool to watch. I hope that I guess they're kind of like the bracket stage and the finals are just as good because I mean, it's a huge tournament. It's like a $240,000 prize pool. So
right,
that's like. Yeah,
it's pretty cool, and I agree with you that I don't think this is a format that will really be catching on, but it's definitely a good one to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch. I think the main problem is it takes so long. You have to play a minimum of 6, a maximum of 11 games, and that's a lot of Hearthstone for 8 teams. They're playing 1 game a week, so you're getting 4 matches. I mean, if you're watching 44 games, that's a lot of Hearthstone in 1 week, So I foresee some sort of competitive Hearthstone happening. I know there's going to be one for Blizzard, but I think they're going to go a different route because this takes a long time. But it's still interesting to watch.
I like the idea of team leagues, but I mean, they just take a lot of time. So we'll see.
Yeah. As far as Heroes of the Storm, the North America Open in August is happening on these dates. Oh, it's live right now. Cool. It's happening right now.
Oh.
Tempo Storm's still demoing everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was going to say it's happening next week because I was pretty sure that was true, but obviously I was wrong. So yeah, Heroes of the Storm North America Open is happening right now. So we will have the outcome of that for you guys next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of outcomes, I'm gonna change that, flip it around, and say, come out and talk about this week's card of the week.
Well, that made no sense.
Haha! It's Vol'Jin. He doesn't make a lot of sense either.
I don't know what you're talking about. Vol'Jin's the best.
You fucking will. Vol'Jin's like the goddamn man. He's amazing. He is great.
Here come the voodoo.
I'm gonna let you guys hash this out real quick while I sit back and chuckle.
First,
all right.
We should talk about how good is he of a card in Hearthstone. That's words.
Or I'll even say he's a 5-mana 6/2. Battle cry is swap health with another minion, and he is a priest legendary. Go ahead.
I think he's pretty decent. I mean, he's not played in priest very often. Like, I don't see him. I run him in my priest decks because I have him. So, I mean, might as well run him. He's kind of
3 of him.
Yeah, he's not good against aggro though. I mean, like, which is literally 50% of the matches you're going to play are going to be against aggro. So, I mean, his battle cry is kind of crap, and he's 5 mana, so he's not that great. But I mean, if the meta slows down after GGT, I honestly think he's going to be a really, really good card. Because if you can get like an 8 mana card and like swap the health with it, now their cards like whatever attack 2 health and you can die to like anything. So I mean, I don't know. He's a really interesting card. He's like, you need them to have some sort of board for it to be good. But I mean, I don't know. He's interesting. I think he's not bad. He's not great. He might become great. We have to kind of wait for the meta to develop.
He's got lots of potential, boys.
Yeah, I think he's especially good because he's a 5-drop, which means you can play him with other things later in the game. So if somebody's dropping their big guys, then swapping health and giving the opponent a 2 health minion rather than an 8 health or a 4 health minion is huge because you can, as priest you can swap the health and attack or something if you're using, what is that, the thing,
Well,
and then Shadow Word Death or Cabal Shadow Priest, like, yeah, you have some options.
You have a lot of ways to do 2 damage paying with like God damn it.
We don't know the names of
I know,
cards.
well, I
anymore.
mean,
There's
but
too
like
many.
Holy Fire, Holy Smite, like there's so many different ways to do like a 2 mana ping on a creature that you swap their health with.
Yeah, so I think he's pretty good. What do you feel about an arena? I think he should be auto picked in arena.
In arena, I think that I don't know. I think it depends what you get him against. I mean, I would auto pick him over like I'd probably auto pick him more over Velens. Like, I mean, not Velens, Prophet Velen. But I mean.
Yeah.
Like, once again, it completely depends what you're picking him against, right? If you compare him, like, purely to Priest Legendaries, like, let's just say Velen and, what's the new Priest Legendary? The one with Inspire, Summon a Random Legendary Minion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd probably choose him over those two, because, I mean, he's a lower drop, you're probably gonna get him out if you draw him, rather than waiting for 7 mana or 9 mana to play the other two, so.
Yeah. I mean, playing him, even if you think about it, like on turn 5, if they played a minion on turn 4, that minion could have 4 or 5 health, maybe, sometimes even 6. So if you're playing Vol'Jin on turn 5 and you're taking away that creature they put out, I mean, that's huge.
I think he's really good. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all fine and dandy, but who the fuck is Vol'Jin?
Well, let me tell you, Chris. So Vol'Jin is some sort of leader of the trolls. He is a troll, that's for one thing. But he's also some sort of leader of the trolls, or was, and kind of was, around troll things. He's being a troll, probably in somewhere around Orgrimmar. And then we went to Pandaria and we killed Garrosh, and then he was like, okay, we didn't kill Garrosh, but eventually he dies, so that's enough. But then Vol'Jin was like, we need a true leader of the Horde, and then Thrall was all, dude, take over, you're the real leader. And Vol'Jin was like, I will do my duty. And we were like, yes, Vol'Jin, war chief.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much half of his lore right there.
I know, right?
Yeah. Frost,
Vol'Jin
what do you...
became way more prominent in the last expansion.
He was prominent in, like, Warcraft 3 and stuff, though, too. He's important. He just was such a side character for such a long time, and now it's cool that he's such a big deal. Especially if you're a troll fan.
Dude, I am a troll fan.
Aiden.
Oh, Matt, you missed some of those. You got some good points there, my friend.
Thanks.
Thanks for setting it up for me. Okay.
Yeah,
so
man,
you missed
take
the
it
fact
over.
that he's a voodoo dude, obviously. Like, he does some voodoo
You mean
magic.
a Voo-Dude?
A Voo-Dude, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
We just shorten that shit.
And you got that he's a troll. That's the main point. Like, you don't want to forget that. But you forgot the fact that he's in that room in Orgrimmar. That's all I know. That's all I know. He's just in the room in Orgrimmar.
Do you know why he's in the room in Orgrimmar?
Because he's the war chief.
Because he's the goddamn war chief.
Yeah, I know that because that's under his name, isn't it? Like, I'm pretty sure it is. When you walk up
War
to him.
Chief of the Horde is his title, yes.
Yeah,
All right,
see?
well, he says alternates. The summoning text is "The spirits be restless," but alternately, if you summon him while the enemy is Garrosh, this is in Hearthstone, by the way. If you summon Vol'Jin while the enemy is Garrosh, he says, "Who be the war chief now?" And that's like pretty clear. I'm the war chief, you're not. He's basically telling Garrosh, hey, remember when I'm now the war chief and you're not, sucker?
Kick.
I think we nailed it.
Is that it? Is that all we're doing?
Yeah, he's the troll guy in the room, and he's a Voo-Dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right, boys. All right, so
We don't even have to have you read the lore because we already did it.
No, Matt, you nailed down pretty much like the important part. The important part being that when we defeated Garrosh at the ends of Mists of Pandaria at the end of the Siege of Orgrimmar raid, he's the last boss, and we defeat him, and yada 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 yada.
Spoilers! It's only been 2 years.
Vol'Jin is like, Thrall, the Horde be needing its true war chief, and he was like, it was you who was around, blah blah blah. I was eating picnic foods with.
To be fair, though,
the
that's
elements.
a really good cinematic, and you should go watch.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. I
liked
it also made me like Varian Wrynn.
I agree. Have you seen it from the Alliance side, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen both. Yeah, and if you look for the cinematic, you should find the one that tries to combine the two of them. It puts both of them together pretty well.
Nice.
So, okay, I'm just going to sum up that cinematic really quick. You should watch it, but pretty much here's what happens, is that you defeat Garrosh, and then Shadow Pan dude, what's his name?
Terran Zoo.
Terran Zoo is like, he has hurt my people more than any other. He should stand trial in Pandaria. And this is like when Varian and Thrall are like about to like come to blows over who should kill Garrosh. Varian's like, I'm gonna put an end to this, and Thrall's like, I won't let you take him. And they have like this whole like beat their chest like huge sort of like ego thing. And then
because Varian Wrynn is like, you're part of the Horde, I'm not gonna let you take him. And Thrall's like, this is my problem, I'm gonna deal with this. And so they're like, yeah,
and then Terran Zoo being kind of like a third party because he's a panda, and wow, pandas are boring. And he shows up and he's like, no, we're gonna do this thing. And then they nod at each other and they go to their both respective sides, and then that whole exchange with Vol'Jin comes up. And then Jaina, who's like gone crazy now because Theramore was blown up, she tells Varian, she's like, they're all just standing right there. You can end this right now, Varian. You should go do it. And he's like, And then he like says, guardsman, and like gets like a bunch of like legion of like guys to come with him, walks away, and Anduin's like, Father, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what are you about to do? And then Varian turns around, looks over his shoulder, and says super dramatically, what a king must do. Walks over, says, I will speak with your war chief. These orcs part the ways.
Yep.
And then Vol'Jin is standing there, and he's like all hunched over, and he stands up straight, and he goes, I speak for the Horde. And you just
chills.
like, yeah, it's great. And then Varian, there's this look that goes over Varian's face that if you know anything about the history between humans and trolls, says a shitload. And I'll get into that once we're done talking about the cinematic. But he sticks his sword in the ground, walks over to him, and he goes, he's done a bunch of atrocities in the name of the Horde, but there are some of you that fought with honor, and I appreciate that. And he's like looking at Vol'Jin like in the face, and you start to realize how tall trolls really fucking are.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really great fan art of the two of them like locked in this conversation, and it's amazing. And then he's like, some of you fought valiantly, and for that I'm willing to end this bloodshed. Turns around, walks over, picks his sword back up out of the ground, and then turns around and says,
stabs Jaina in the chest.
No, he doesn't. We all kind of wish he would a little bit, but he didn't. Yeah, and he's like, but I swear to God, if any of you pull any more bullshit, we will end you.
Yeah, and then we go to Draenor, and we do. Whoops.
Yep, that's too bad. Anyway, so Vol'Jin, yeah, he's a really cool dude. He's been around for a really long time. If you've heard of Sen'jin Village, it's named after his father. He is a particular type of troll. He's a jungle troll. There are ice trolls. There are other types of trolls as well. But he is a jungle troll. He is a shadow hunter, which is a class that's pretty much only amongst trolls. You don't really see shadow hunters anywhere else. His father was
New
Sen'jin,
hero class?
like I said. That'd be awesome. It'd be really, really cool. The troll witch doctor, Sen'jin, his father, leader of the exiled Darkspear tribe that lived on a small island chain in Stranglethorn Vale. So now they exiled and they left. They went to
Northern Stranglethorn. It actually applies.
Yes, this time it does. It's the the Echo Isles. What the fuck are they called? I don't remember what they're called anymore.
The Shadow Isles.
No, the Echo Isles.
No.
Not the
Shadow
Isles. Oh, there's the crossover right there. There's a crossover right there. Yeah, and so that they're getting their fucking asses kicked by humans who showed up, because humans and trolls have been fighting forever. So that's why I'm talking about, because humans have an aversion to trolls, like, because they were the original issues. Because Tauren would always leave them alone, but trolls, like some of the more savage tribal ones, made some serious problems for humans back in the Dizay before orcs were even around. Because trolls are as old as night elves. Like, they've been around forever. Forever. humans being a younger race in its entirety in this world, like, just hate them for some reason. Anyway, so these trolls were getting their asses kicked on this small island that they were in northern Stranglethorn. This is before they moved to the Echo Isles and Sen'jin was still alive. Murloc raids, human invasion, all these marines were killing them and stuff. And then these orcs show up. A large group of trolls, also sailed from Kalimdor. Vol'Jin was not among them, yada yada yada. Orcs left and stuff. Vol'Jin chose to weather the Sea Witch's wrath at the rest of the tribe until the time came that they could leave, because there's, like, Naga and shit going on as well. And then they left and they went to the new orc nation because they were like, oh, we're gonna be part of this group now instead of being exiled trolls on this island just getting our shit rocked. They went to Durotar, and then the third war rolls around, and then there's, like, Burning Legion they have to fight with the orcs and stuff like that. And then they were still in the Darkspear Isles at this time, like a lot of them were, and then Vol'Jin is like, yo, we need to settle this tribe over here on the Echo Isles. And then this particular Grand Admiral Dalen Proudmoore shows up, and he's like, yo, fuck all these trolls. And Vol'Jin's like, hey, I need some help. And then Rexar, Rokan, and Chen Stormstout help them evacuate the Darkspear tribe. Super, super cool. And apparently the story goes that Vol'Jin is such a powerful shadow hunter, he actually turns those three into invisible wyverns so they can attack people from the sky and not be seen.
What the fuck?
That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, he also gave them a squadron of troll bat riders to fight them off with. Very,
Dude,
very cool.
What? There's so many cool things that, like, legendary people in World of Warcraft can do. Like, when Thrall shot Deathwing, I was like, dude, I want to do that.
Yes, very, very cool. After helping the Horde beat back the human invasion, Vol'Jin led his tribe back to the Echo Isles. And then Zalazane, this witch doctor who you fight if you leveled up in Durotar ever before they changed everything. Like, while those isles were still unclaimed by the trolls. There's like this level, I think like 10 dude who apparently scared off all the trolls. Yeah, his name is Zalazane, and he's ridiculous. You'd, like, cut his head off and shit. But then, yeah, he, like, leaves, and they get rid of him, and then he reclaims and stuff like that. And now he's the war chief, because Thrall really liked him and kept him around and stuff. He's like, you're really wise and you're old and you're a shadow hunter. You're a powerful. You've seen the world and the world has been shitty to you. So I admire your ability to then still be kind of a positive force, because he's good. He's a good guy. He's chaotic good. That's for sure. But he really butts heads with Garrosh when Garrosh takes over the Horde, and like they have this really good block quote up here, which is part of like one of my favorite things that you ever see. If you level up a troll, he tells you this story in like a vision he shows you. He says this stuff about him. I know exactly what I'll be doing about it, son of Hellscreen. I'll be watching as your people slowly become aware of your ineptitude. I love how well spoken he is while he still has his troll accent. I'll laugh as they grow to despise you as I do, and when the time comes that your failure is complete and your power is meaningless, I will be there to end your rule swiftly and silently. And he's just being like, he's like going all balls out, and then Garrosh exiles him. But then Garrosh dies, and Vol'Jin is now that. So that explains the Hearthstone quote, if you guys wanted more context for that. But yeah, there's that. That's pretty much it. Congratulations, Vol'Jin, on the recent promotion, and you're a cool fucking dude.
He is.
He is a cool dude. You know who else is a cool dude, Matt Hillman?
Who?
You're a cool dude. Let's talk about Grommash.
Oh, thanks. Oh, well, I'm a little bit sad, because what happened was we pushed things to the social feeds, and then nobody responded to me. And I was like, but the Facebook said the Twitters! And then Chris was like, but we got a voicemail.
We did get a voicemail.
What? So we're going to listen to that now. And
we are.
It's a response to the Grommash Hold question from last week.
I
which,
think
if you
so.
Remember. Oh,
I think so.
You don't know.
If it's not, that's even more fun.
It's alright.
Just
play it.
We got a voice. I'm just going to play it anyway.
Yeah, just play it, whatever.
Hey guys, it's Trevin Fowles. I was just wondering, with the new expansion for Hearthstone, is there ever a point where there'll be too many cards or the meta will change too quickly for you guys to be into it? This past year, after I got into Hearthstone, I got into the Pokemon trading card game, and they get 4 releases a year, like 4 full sets, once every 3 months. And that game, like, it's mostly done at tournaments, and there's so many cards, the meta shifts once every 3 months. And I think, like, with Hearthstone being online, it would change much, much quicker. So do you think there's ever a point that there will be too quick releases? Would you want more releases? Whatnot? Let me know, maybe. But thanks for the show, and love you guys. And Matt Hillman, get a Twitter so I can talk to you about stuff. Bye.
Oh my God. He wants me to get a Twitter.
He wants to get a Twitter. It also wasn't a response to the Grow My Shoulder question, so I'm glad we cleared the air before we did that.
No, it
That
was.
was a little bit odd.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. I mean, not really.
I feel like, no, okay, all right,
It
man.
definitely wasn't.
I mean,
it's
it wasn't,
related though,
but-
because the Gromash Hold question, if you remember, was what are you most excited for about the new release?
Yeah, and what he's
So-
most excited for is getting his question answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all
So
right.
I want to
so-
answer it.
So do we want to answer this? We'll just move emails in front of Grow My Shoulder and then come back to Grow My Shoulder, I guess?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, fine.
First question: do I have a Twitter? No. Should I have one? No. Will I get one? Well, you sent me a voicemail, so maybe. I'll think about it.
Okay. Wait, so let's paraphrase this question. The question was, and he used the Pokemon trading card game as a reference point. They do 4 structured releases a year, and then there seem to be slow releases for Hearthstone. And he wants to know if that same model would work well for Hearthstone or if it would be bad for the health of the game, right?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a long time. So the way that Magic the Gathering does it, and everyone compares this to Magic because they're really similar. Magic the Gathering has 4 releases a year. They have their main release, which is like the M12, M13 set, which is basically like a large set of cards that is kind of similar to the basic set of Hearthstone. You know, it gives you cards that you're going to need but aren't necessarily good on their own. And then they have 3 releases that are part of a trilogy of some sort of thing based in lore that I never really understood. But basically what they do is they have some things that are called, that are deemed standard, and that's like the current metagame or whatever. And then they have other cards that are older that they actually remove from the pile of standard cards. So you end up with a rotating stock of cards that you're allowed to use in tournaments and standard play in general. So that's how Magic dealt with it. They continued to release cards, but they brought some and said, hey, these are no longer going to be able to be used basically in standard play, but you can still use them in other tournaments. But I think eventually that'll probably happen with Hearthstone because it's getting to the point where they're replacing old cards just straight up. We talked about a couple of them. I think Aiden was saying they're, what are they called again? You were calling them something.
Oh, what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
When they release a card that's just strictly better.
Oh, power creep.
Yeah, power creeping. They just like.
Oh, that's a thing?
That's
yeah,
the thing in
they-
Pokemon. I'll get to it when I get my turn. But yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah,
Okay.
they basically just released a card that was better, strictly better than a card that's already available. So they're already kind of doing that. They're just saying like, okay, now you're going to use this card instead of the older card, so you have to get this new card if you want to use it. And I think that's kind of a good way of saying, hey, this is, some of the older cards are going away. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I'm ever going to be super into Hearthstone to the point that I say, oh, there's just too many cards, I don't want to play anymore. Because for me, it's just casual and fun. So,
Okay.
So,
Aiden, go.
Yeah, so I'm not an expert in like the Pokemon TCG, but I mean like I've heard from a lot of people like just I play a lot of Hearthstone, so I talk about like other card games and stuff. But apparently like the power creep, like just releasing better cards than Pokemon TCG is absolutely crazy. Like every single expansion, there's always just cards that like have a power creep. Like they released the EX, like they're starting to release these EX cards, which are like just a regular Pokemon, but like a better version of it almost. They're like just an EX version of it. Has better stats on it, has better abilities, has better everything. And the only downside to them is like the opponent draws 2 prizes instead of 1 when it dies, which I mean is a very like who really cares? Like honestly, there's no limit to the number of these cards you can have in your deck. It's just literally a better version of another card.
All right. So I mean, the way that game works is that once you draw all 6 of your prizes, you win, right? So
Yes,
I mean,
but
like if the card that you're playing isn't twice as powerful as the card that it is an EX version of, I suppose it's not necessarily the same. I mean, the mechanics of that game, I don't know. It's like that game is just so
But the point is they do just every single expansion has these EX cards which are like 60, 50 health higher, way better stats, like same energy tokens even. Like I mean just like it just seems like the power creep in that game is super, super crazy. I mean, I think Hearthstone will eventually get to that point. Like, I mean, you have to, once you get enough cards, start making cards that are better than the other ones so people actually want to buy the expansions. Because you'll eventually run out of things to make, you'll run out of mechanics to add, and you have to just simply make cards that aren't played better, or you have to release cards and make a profit off of them, which, I mean, they're always going to want to make a profit off them.
Right, which is why I'm thinking what they're probably going to do at some point is switch rank over to only the new sets. Like, obviously it's way too soon to be talking about that, but at a point it becomes necessary to push your product. And if the meta decks are all older cards, then nobody's going to want the newer cards.
Yeah, they can start doing what Magic is doing, like with Standard and Legacy and all that stuff.
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, at some point, Ranked will just be, you can only use cards from these sets and not from the older sets.
Well, what I mean, we have a friend of the show, Moore, and I've talked to him, like, multiple times about Hearthstone, and, like, once we get a certain amount of cards, and, like, once we get up to, like, 5, 6 expansions, he was thinking that they might start doing, like, for this season of Ranked, like this month of Ranked, you can only use cards from the basic, GVG and the Grand Tournament expansion. Like, they'll limit, like, certain sets that you can use. Mm-hmm. Because, like, that would change the metagame completely. What if you weren't allowed to use Naxxramas cards for an expansion? Like, I mean, for, like, 1 month. Like, for a month of Ranked. So, like, that would be crazy. It would remove all these aggro cards. You have to actually theory craft new decks. Like, yeah,
I mean, that's...
Like, what if BGH was part of Naxx? What if BGH was part of Naxx and you couldn't play Naxx for that one expansion? You know what I mean? Like,
or if they just took out the basic cards.
One set, the 1 month, they're like, you're not allowed to use basic, you're only allowed to use the other sets, which I think would be super cool. Like, it would completely just change the way that you build and think about the game for, like, a full month, which I think would be would be great.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what Magic the Gathering does. I mean, they do recycle ideas because you can't not recycle ideas. You know, you have to, because there's just way too much going on. But they just rotate all of these new cards in all the time, and you have to use those because, honestly, they need to make money, but they're introducing new things, and they want to keep everybody on the same page. And that's the biggest thing. Like, the older decks, like Magic the Gathering, if you play Legacy, you can have, like, turn 1 just game's over. Like, that's not fun for anyone.
Yes.
So they keep it standard so that they can balance it better. That's
I don't
the main
play
thing.
Commander decks just to avoid this shit. Goes through every Legacy player's head every single time they play Legacy.
Legacy is really, really difficult to play, and it's really expensive. So it's whatever. I mean, it's
Magic is both difficult and expensive to play.
Yes, exactly. But I don't think that Hearthstone is in that situation right now, and I don't think they're going to be in that situation for a while. I think they're just going to keep doing what they're doing for a long time, because it's probably going to be 2 or 3 years at this rate before they even have enough cards to comprehend something like this. But right now, the meta is just creating itself, so it's whatever.
Okay, well, now that...
So what were we talking about?
I feel like we've answered his question.
Cool, me too.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll wrap up the email section before we go back to Grow My Shoulder. If y'all want to send us an email, send it to thehearthshow@gmail.com, or if you'd like to send us a voicemail, like in the form of our good friend Jim who just sent that in, the number is 681-443-2784 or 681-4-HEARTH. For those of you that like, word things instead of number things.
Yeah, word things.
Yeah, so we'll meet in the middle and do half numbers, half letters. Just for you, Bugaboo. Let's go back to Grow My Shoulder. Let's do a little roundabout, huh? Let's go back and pick up where we left off. I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's okay. Like, honestly, truly, everything's going to be fine. Because this question is a great one. And let me tell you why. Because the question is, what's your favorite playable race in World of Warcraft? Or, if you don't play World of Warcraft, what kind of races, sort of, like, cards do you like in Hearthstone, I guess? So, like, Hearthstone has a bunch of different things. You can play Murlocs, but there are also, like, humans and trolls. They're all in there. So, what's your favorite race to play in WoW or Hearthstone?
Race to play or favorite playable race? Those are different questions.
Not really.
They are for me.
If it's not a playable race, you can't play it.
Right, but okay. Well, I don't play my favorite race.
Then you can't play it.
Well,
just
what?
answer the question, and then we'll go on. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Y'all would expect me to say human because that's all I ever talk about and it's all I ever roll. But my favorite race is actually Blood Elf.
Okay. So why is that? That's your favorite playable race then?
Yeah, but it is. But like, I feel you said favorite race to play. I don't like playing Blood Elf, but it's my favorite playable race. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait, so interesting.
Yeah.
You don't like to play your favorite playable race.
Yes.
That's really weird.
Why is that weird? You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why? I can explain it to you. I have a very good reason. I have a very good reason.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I loved Kael'thas and I loved the Blood Elf story before they were playable races, and then I got to play one, and they made them so feminine. So incredibly feminine that I'm like, I can't play this. I can't play this seriously. I'm not enjoying myself. This is ruining this for me.
I don't play a female Blood Elf.
No, I don't want to play a female character. I want to play a male character because that's what I'm a male.
Chris likes big burly men.
He only plays human men.
I'm only into. I don't like playing female characters because I feel like it's disingenuous. Because I like to just like project myself into my character. Yeah, I don't actually. I don't. I think it's weird. I don't know. I just like
fine.
I play human males because their model is like super good now when they got redone. All the voice styles are really great. They have great passions. Yeah, I know the orc facial expressions are fucking amazing. They're really great.
Totally different direction.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, but I really like Blood Elves. I like their race and stuff like that. And I plan on playing a Blood Elf when Legion comes out because I want to play a fucking Blood Elf Demon Hunter.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to just get over it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, just pick the deepest voice possible and then just ignore what your character says.
You don't get to pick voices.
You don't?
What's wrong?
No. You don't get to pick voices, man.
How long have you played WoW?
How did you not know that? This isn't Skyrim, dude.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of every other RPG ever.
Yeah! Did I just, like, totally make that assumption? Your character doesn't talk at all in WoW.
No, your character talks, but they all talk the same. When you laugh, your Blood Elf goes, ha 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 ha! And it sounds weird.
For the glory of Quel'Thalas!
Yeah, that sounds... Yeah, that wasn't gay enough.
No, that's
to be a little bit more
the
fairy.
Female Blood Elf / roar. That's what that is. Yes.
I think that was a little slow. I think they say it louder than or faster than that.
It might be a little faster than that, but it's pretty slow.
Just speed it up.
Say for the glory of the Sunwell, I think. Remember the Sunwell. Remember the Sunwell's a big one.
I don't remember.
Abdallah Shalanore or whatever.
Salama Ashalanore.
Ah, there we go. Salama Shalanore. You're right. All right, Frost. I'm sorry. I've been talking for too long.
Go, Frost. Go.
Oh, I wonder what race I'm gonna pick. Do we have any guesses? Yeah, Chris has it. Yeah. Well, you were making. Oh, I see. I thought you were just like humming or something, Hillman. That didn't sound like.
Sorry.
He was
until the
end. He
end.
was making a cow sound.
Yeah, at the end it sounded more like a cow sound. Yeah. So Tauren are obviously the best race. But in Hearthstone they suck. They are the worst thing in Hearthstone because do you know how many Tauren cards there are?
Elite Tauren Chieftain, Karen Bloodhoof. Do we count Bane Bloodhoof as also the second card?
Sure.
All right, 3.
There's 4. You missed Elite Tauren Chief. Oh, wait, did you say Elite Tauren?
I said
Tauren
ETC.
Warrior. Yeah.
Oh.
Tauren Warrior is the other one. So I mean, there's 4.
There's a card called Tauren Warrior?
Yeah, it's the 2-man. It's the 2/3 taunt that gains 1 attack when you aggro it. I think it was 2 attack. I don't know. 3. I don't know. It's plus 3 attack. Yeah.
It's something, dude. Let's not complicate things.
It's bad though. So I mean, it just makes me mad. Like that is the best race, and like I guess Karen is pretty cool. So is so
Karen.
Yeah, I said it again. Oh my god.
Karen
Shut up.
Bloodhoof.
I did it again. It's fine. Whatever.
Hat Millman.
Yeah.
What's your favorite playable race in World of Warcraft?
I wrote this question, but I don't have an answer.
You should have one.
I guess.
Want me to answer for you? Worgen.
Oh God, no. Fuck Worgens.
Pandaren.
Oh my god. You know what? I was about to say you picked the worst possible, and then you picked the worst possible. No, pandas aren't that bad. I would say the worst is probably goblins. Goblins are silly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like
Oh,
goblins.
I would pick a goblin over a gnome, a fucking...
Gnomes are pretty bad, too.
Draenei, I wouldn't play
Trolls
Draenei.
are sick.
I'd
Trolls
play
are
Goblin, yeah. Goblin's like my third favorite horde race, probably.
Wow. Out of 5, right? Or 6?
6.
Yeah. I would say that most likely Undead is my favorite playable race. I don't play an Undead right now. I don't even have one. Oh, I do. Yeah, my Death Knight's Undead. But I also like Orc. I like Blood Elf, but it's not my favorite. I would say probably Undead.
The starting zone's terrible.
It is now. It wasn't when I played Undead, though.
Wait,
so
when did they change
That's probably what I
it?
remember. They changed it in Cataclysm.
Okay, good, because I played it in Canada.
Yeah, they changed all of the starting zones and everything in Cataclysm.
Yeah, because I hated the Kata starting zone.
Yeah, I leveled an Undead in Burning Crusade up to 70, and then they released Wrath, and I didn't get to play any endgame. But basically, I had a lot of fun. It was my first real experience with World of Warcraft, so I think that's why. But I do enjoy playing my Orc and my Blood Elf, so I guess that's it.
Moo.
So, yeah. Hey, people, just type one word. That's all I want, and put it on the Twitter or on the Facebook so that I can
Or
read
explain it.
One word.
I mean, all you need is one word. What's your favorite playable race? Orc, Belf, like Nelf. I don't even care. Do whatever. I just want one goddamn response.
I heard him say MILF. I'm sorry.
I said Nelf.
I know you did, and I know...
All right, if it's Night Elf or Blood Elf, put 2 words. Other than that, just put one word
What
down,
about Death Knight?
It'll be great.
Actually, that's not a race. That's a fucking class. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking of just 2 words. Like that's why.
What's worse, that or the fact that I thought Warcraft had pickable sound files?
I think yours is worse.
Mine's
an
pretty
MMO.
bad.
I think
was
so
pretty
too.
bad.
I think so too. We have nothing but the most qualified people hosting this show. I assure
Obviously.
you. You should have seen the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
All
right, that's it. Let's just end this fucking thing.
Yeah, you want to just finish? Okay.
Yeah, let's be done.
All right, cool. That's gonna be the end of the show. I was about to say, like I said before, let me remind you, if you want to send us an email, you can send it to thehearthshow@gmail.com. If you would like to send us a Google Voice voicemail, so we can play it on the show like we did earlier for Jim, 681-443-2784 or 681-4-HEARTH. Visit our website at warfinch.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hearth Podcast, and like us on Facebook. Just search for the Hearth Podcast on there, and you'll find us. If you'd like to help support the show and get the show 24 hours beforehand, take a look at our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/the Hearth. You'll be glad we did, or you'll be glad that you did. Wait, you'll be glad you did, and so will we. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there we go.
I'm glad that this is happening right now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to help us, do other things, like we want to do deck breakdown videos and other stuff like that, please go ahead
Midnight
and help.
Taco Bell runs.
Just like that. Please
Yeah.
help us out and do that sort of stuff. Anything helps, even if it's just a penny, mate. Like, if you can do a penny, that'd be wonderful. And I also want to let you guys know about our YouTube channel, because our YouTube channel is healthy and full of stuff for you to take a look at, including reposts of our episodes and all the other things there. So if you don't, if you want to take a look and just subscribe, that'd be great. But aside from episodes in the pre-brawls,
sorry, just speaking about that, didn't Aiden and I do something cool?
That's what he was about to go into. That's literally exactly
But,
what
but besides the episode reposts and the pre-brawl reposts as well, there's some unique stuff on there that you can't get anywhere else in any of our other feeds. That would include recently Matt and Aiden both did a complete card review of all the cards coming out in TGT. That's 132 cards, and the video is like an hour and 50 minutes. And these two go card by card, talk about what the card is, what it does, what we can expect from it. They do a little bit of theory crafting and stuff surrounding those cards. If you'd like to see that video, go ahead and look for us on YouTube. Just search for the Hearth Podcast, and you'll find it. I guarantee it. But other than that, I suppose that's it, and we'll see you guys either next week or the next pre-brawl, whenever you happen to tune in next. But until then, bye-bye.
Peace Peace, I'm out.
Ciao.